All right, Pokemon trainers, it's Drew back with another video. And this video is solely for prepping for GO Fest. The kind folks at PokemonGoHub.net has put together this Pokemon GO Fest 2025 Global Ultimate Preparation Guide. And it is roughly about 2 weeks before GO Fest, so it is time to start this process, folks. Let's get into this guide, shall we? Essential in-game items to pack for GO Fest. Stock up on your Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, etc. Minimize your potions, revives, and berries because you will be gaining them as you will be spinning stops and raiding. So just keep a few around, maybe 10 or so on your potions. Keep your regular potions down to 5. Keep your super potions down to 5 or so. Hyper potions, I would keep at 10 or 15. If you have a lot of max potions, then I would hold on to those. Revives, I would keep at a minimum of 5 to 10. In your max revives, if you got a bunch of those, hold on to them so you can do that in a hurry. Check your rare candy status, guys, especially if you've been doing a lot of raids, and we have a lot of raids coming up that people will be doing here in the near future. So we got Gigantamax and Teleon coming up, so that'll be a lot of people will be raiding, so you'll be getting those things and items in that. Not to mention the week before GO Fest, we got all of the big raids that week as well, so you'll be gaining candies and things like that. And dump them into your legendaries. Dump those rare candies into your legendaries like Dialga and Palkia and your black and white Kirums so that you can use their adventure effects. I'd also recommend holding on to some of those rare candies. If you have a ton, like I'm up to 700 and I just dumped a whole bunch. So I've gained a ton of rare candies over the Gigantamax raids recently. So dump them into your Kirums and your Dialgas and Palkias to use those adventure effects, but I'd hold on to a couple hundred to dump into if you get that perfect Zacian and Zamazenta. But just, keep that in mind that those are taking up a lot of your bag space too. All right. If you need more Pokeballs, make sure you open and send your gifts daily. Don't forget, we'll be stacking Incense, Star Pieces, and Lucky Eggs. So make sure you keep them around for the event. Make sure you have the proper raid passes and coins before the event starts. And they are recommending to clear your egg slots the night before the event and to make sure you have enough incubators to help in your shiny hunting. If you are using a Pokeball Plus or a Pokeball or an auto catcher of any kind, make sure you have enough Pokeballs to start out with, as well as those Great and Ultra Balls to catch those other Pokemon that you might be hand catching. The main thing is you do not want to run out as the event starts, because then you're going to have to run around figuring out how you're going to catch Pokemon. Potions and revives will fill up as you do raids, so again, keep those at a minimum. And then again, Origin Form Dialga and Palkia are great for dumping excess rare candies so that you can use those adventure effects. And you don't evolutionary items, or just a reminder, you don't need a bunch of each of these evolutionary items. Either use them or throw them away. Just keep a couple safe for evolutions. Opening your max gifts will help keep your Pokeballs up intact. Work on gaining your friendship levels between now and GO Fest. So if you're going to be raiding with your friends, make sure you are at a high level so that you can take advantage of all of those perks in the raids. Make sure you have enough Incense and Star Pieces and Lucky Eggs to run for the day if that's what you're going to be doing. Don't forget, raids will be a big part of this, as it is the debut form of Crowned Zacian and Zamazenta. So make sure you have enough raid passes in your bag to get started. Utilize those free ones where you can, but don't miss out on raids because you need to either buy coins or buy raid passes. So make sure you have, some of each so that you can hop in those quickly. And don't forget, we will have egg exclusive Pokemons potentially. So don't forget to make sure to have those incubators on deck ready to go so that you can hatch as many eggs as possible. Now, my hardest part, clearing Pokemon in bag storage. So with a whopping of 8 hours of playtime for each in-person event, that's a serious amount of Pokemon to catch. Give your Pokemon storage a huge clear out and be brutal, as bag space management is essential for GO Fest Global. If you are keeping a living dex, make sure you only have multiples of those meta relevant Pokemon. Transfer Community Day shinies to Pokemon Home or to Professor Willow. You are never going to need 20 shinies of a particular Pokemon unless it's your favorite. This person here has a ton of Turtwigs. I'm guilty of hoarding Froakies. Trade for better IVs. If you can, meet up with some friends and do some trades to get better IVs on some of them Pokemon that you saved. That way you don't have to worry about being as brutal. If they come out terrible, you can trade them away. Remember, you can do 20 general trades a day. Another one. Do you need to have one of every Spineta pattern? Do you need to keep that 98% Lapras when you already have one that's 100%? This could be the time that you make those tough decisions. Have you hoarded legendary trades or legendary Pokemon for trades? Sometimes you might need to let those go. You don't need 20 of every legendary. Keep your best teams of 6 if you may, but it's time to get rid of some of those extras. One thing to keep an eye out is costume Pokemon. Sometimes you can get these stacking up and you don't really realize it. Some people, I know I have a ton of those weird Pikachus with the crowns. I just can't tell which one is each color. So, don't forget about those guys, okay? Also, remember, try going through your shadow Pokemon, purify or transfer them. I say purify because you need to purify so many to hit level 50. I'm currently sitting at level 44, and my task is to purify X number of Pokemon. At the time, I don't have the Stardust to deal with that, so I'm kind of hoarding my shadow Pokemon, which I shouldn't. But just keep that in mind as well. All right. Also, remember, choose your buddy Pokemon wisely. You want to make sure that you have at least a great buddy level Pokemon that can bounce those Pokeballs back if you are unsuccessful with your throws. Also, don't forget about those adventure effects as well as those freeze effects now that we have with Black and White Kyurem. So, Origin Form Palkia's Adventure Effect Special Rend can extend your radius at which you encounter Pokemon. So that'll give you access to even more spawns. Also, Origin Form Dialga's Roar of Time can increase the length of time your items last for by pausing them. I forget about these all the time. So there's a lot now into this game. All right. Also, don't forget about the habitat schedule on the screen here. So we got the volcano, the dojo, the tundra, the swamp, and then they re-roll. Each habitat will have exclusive spawns on Saturday as well, so you can look for the field research tasks to give you those exclusive spawns. And also, don't forget that each habitat will have exclusive incense spawns if you are holding the ticket for this event. So remember, ticket incense will give you Torkoal, which is kind of irrelevant to most of us because he's been out there for a while. However, Dojo is Skiddo, Tundra is Pachirisu, and the Swamp is Klefki. All of these are regionals that are not out there for everybody. All right. So those are what I would be focused on if I was you. Also, don't forget, Saturday, the unknowns will spell out shield. Sunday, they will spell out sword. Also, day-long encounters, we will be seeing. So Galarian Farfetch'd will be out there Sunday, and catching Galarian Farfetch'd will fill out your Farfetch'd decks in the both regions. Okay, they count that as the same Pokemon, or at least they used to. I don't see anything out there other than the far-fetched shiny list. We have new debuts of shiny and Frigibax and Carbink, guys, so don't forget about that, as well as costume Pikachu and Falinks that will be out there as well. Those will be obtainable, and people will want those costume Pikachus and Falinks. So those would be the ones that you should be on the lookout for the most. Also, make yourself a list, guys. Printed list or otherwise. A lot of people like to go paper lists that are on a paper list based, because that way you don't have to switch apps. You can just hold it out there and check it off as you go. Best Pokemon to catch at GO Fest. So the regionals that'll be out there, Torkoal, which I guess he belongs to us because I have a ton of them. Red Flower for Bebe, and each different color will be in its own habitat. Pachirisu and Klefki. So keep that in mind, guys. Rare spawns, Frigibax, Skiddo, Carbink, the Unknowns, Falinks with the train conductor costume, and a dapper Pikachu will be out there as well. Also, don't forget that Morlul will be out there, guys. It has a base Stardust catch rate of 500, weather boosted on sunny and cloudy conditions to 625, and with a star piece at a non-weather boost, you're at 750, and if you are weather boost, you're at 938. So you're almost at 1,000 Stardust per Morlul. So when that comes around on the swamp at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., those are the ones that I would recommend trying to hand catch yourself. That way you can utilize your star piece and get that extra Stardust. Stardust is the name of the game here. Also, don't forget to have that Mega Pokemon evolved for the catch candy. You can be rewarded bonus candies for catching any type of Mega Pokemon. So example here, Mega Venusaur will get you your extra grass and poison type. It is recommended to do a dual typing Pokemon like Venusaur, Charizard, Beedrill, Ampharos, Gengar, Gyarados, Pidgeot, Slowbro, etc. Okay? Because then you double your chances of catching whatever it is that you're going after, guys. So that's where making your list ahead of time of what you're focusing on is going to help. All right. And don't forget, guys, you can swap out those megas. You know, we have a ton of megas that cover a lot of the same typing. All right. So here you got a grass and Venusaur and a grass and poison. You know, you could use your free mega evolution on that. And then if the spawns change over, you know, Primal Groudon will cover you for 3 different ones. Primal Kyogre will cover you for 3 different ones. You know, you guys got a lot of options. Sceptile will cover you for grass and a dragon. So, I mean, depending on what you guys are going after, you know, you could mega Venusaur for a while and then switch out to like a Groudon or a Kyogre. You guys, we got free ones. And as you level up your megas, the cost reduction in evolving them again will, you know, go down as well. So just keep that in mind too. And again, if you're using a Go Plus or Go Plus Plus or the original Go Plus, make sure you either have the batteries or everything's fully charged. Make sure you have the enough battery packs and chargers to charge your phones for all day play. Make sure you check the weather, know whether you're dealing with sun or rain or whatever. Make sure you got sunglasses and hats, comfy shoes, guys. And Make sure you have snacks, drinks, etc. to keep yourself hydrated and fed for play. And also, don't forget that the Western Hemisphere, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, will have information on what is going on before ours starts here in the US. So just keep that in mind, guys, that we'll have all of the idea of what's going on basically a day ahead of time. So by Friday night, check social media or Twitter. I'll try and get on real quick and see what I can find and get up here for everybody. And, if there's anything going on, I will also try and get a Zacian and Zamazenta guide up there as well, guys. But just keep all this in mind, everybody. And good luck at GO Fest. I will catch you guys on the next video.